Robert, good to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
One of the big love stories in Breaking Dawn Part 2 is the bromance between good old Edward and Jacob.
Yeah.
It's been bubbling away there now, and they finally kind of, they're trying to make amends, I suppose.
Yeah. Once someone falls in love with your newborn baby, you need to somehow work some kind of agreement out. Like, forced into it.
It is quite creepy though, isn't it?
It's very creepy. It was one of my favourite moments in shooting the entire series. Is just seeing the first time I saw Taylor doing a scene with Renesmee, and so we're sitting around the Christmas tree, and he's sitting next to her, and I was like,
this is so wrong.
It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. And seeing Taylor just literally, just so nervous about, so self-conscious about what he was doing. It was really fun.
I love the Irish vampires that are in it. It's brilliant. It's like they wandered in from the Tom Cruise movie Far and Away. With their green jumpers and the little hats.
Legit, just to make sure you know, they're Irish.
And they had red hair as well.
I know. And I don't even think it was... they weren't even natural redheads. I mean, I think they were wearing wigs anyway. Like, I know, those guys are funny though.
It was brilliant. But coming to the end now of the series as well, is it easier kind of letting go of it all now that it's come to a natural sort of conclusion?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's nice to know that you're not being axed or being fired or something. Yeah, it's kind of, I mean, yeah, to know that you were never intending to do any more, you know, I don't feel like, oh no, I wish I could do another one where I do something else. I feel like Edward's story's definitely come to a close.
I interviewed you for Breaking Dawn Part 1, and your eyes lit up when I mentioned David Cronenberg, who you worked with on Cosmopolis. When you work with a director of that calibre, you're learning so many new things. Is it easier taking what you've learned from working with a director like that and then bring that back to Twilight?
Yeah, I mean, each of the directors on the Twilights they've all been pretty acclaimed directors as well. I mean, it's funny. The only thing I think is difficult about the Twilight movies is just the ratings, because people there are actually a lot of compromises made because it has to be PG-13 in America, because the books are bloody and sexy and stuff. I mean, and people are reading the same thing, and so it's like, you know, you feel like you have to make it a little bit tamer. But yeah, it's a bit. You definitely bring things from every director and into everything.
Did you ever kind of feel over the course of the 5 films? Did you ever kind of hit the wall at times, thinking, what new aspects can I bring to Edward? Almost a level of frustration at all over the course of the films?
Yeah, I mean, the last 2 were really Bella's story anyway, so I didn't really have to worry about it that much. But yeah, it's difficult when you're not going to die and you can't get hurt. It really changes everything about a performance, because you know, that's why I guess if you're playing a superhero, it's probably pretty difficult as well.
I just opened it up on Twitter just for fans to ask you a question, and one in particular was, will Rob ever bring out any music? So is that any intentions now that Twilight's over? Well, you have time because you're very, very busy. There's a lot of films in the pipeline.
Yeah, I mean, I would love to. It's very nerve-wracking. I mean, yeah, it's weird. It's like you're not allowed to if you're an actor. Like, you're not allowed to